2 from Unit 8, Lesson 5. So we're going to continue graphing quadratic functions in vertex form. We're just basically going to pick up where we left off last video and just work through some more examples, talk about the pattern, and just the changes from the parent function. Okay, so here's my equation. So remember, this is the form where my vertex is h, k, and when we have parentheses, our x value for a vertex is the opposite. So I need positive 4, positive 1. Alright, so my vertex on this 10 by 10 graph is 4, 1. I don't have a number, I don't have an a value, so that means it's just 1. It's positive, so it opens up. So if I use the pattern. So the only time you're not going to use the pattern is if your a value is something other than 1 or negative 1. Okay, so over 1, up 1, and match on the other side. Go back to your vertex, over 2, up 4. Okay, match it on the other side of this line of symmetry, that's why I draw it there. And then remember, you can go over 3, and 3 squared is 9, so up 9. And there's my parabola. These are continuous functions, so you should put arrows at the ends of them. Okay, let's talk about now then what the changes, what happened from the parent function. So here was my parent function, y equals x squared. I'm just going to dash that in. Well, they both open up, so that didn't change. So there was obviously some shifts, though. So this one in blue is y equals x squared. It looks like I shifted right 4 and up 1. Okay. So the vertex of this one is negative 1, positive 3. Remember, opposite of what's inside. I also know that there's a negative out front, so it's going to open down. So negative 1, 3. So I can use the pattern, but I'm just going down this time. So over 1, down 1. Back to the vertex, over 2, down 4. Back to the vertex, over 3, down 9. Sorry about that drawing. Okay, so then this is the change from the parent function. We're reflected, so we open down, and we shifted left 1, up 3. Okay, so in this one we have an a value that is not 1, so I can't use the pattern. I really just have to make a table here. So it takes a little bit of time. And we kind of just need to start with these 5 points if you want. Or we can go ahead and look at our vertex. So I can still tell my vertex that 2 out front does not change what my vertex is going to be. So my vertex will be +1, -1. So let's go ahead and graph that, because then maybe I'll want to pick points for my table that make sense based on my vertex. So 1, -1. So really, you want to make sure you pick points that are around this vertex. So what I have is fine. So if I plug in -2, so I would just type that in your calculator, just like you see it here, to avoid making just calculation mistakes. So I actually get a pretty big number here. I get 17. So -2, 17 is somewhere down here. Okay. -1. I got 7. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. These aren't negative. Okay, sorry. So -2, 17 would be up here somewhere. And then -1, 7. And then I can remember these can be matched on the other side of your axis of symmetry. So anytime you find 1 point, you're actually finding 2 points. Okay, 0, 1. That's here and here. Now I don't need to plug in 1 because I know that's my vertex already. I know that this is -1. And it looks like when you plug in 2, you also get 1. Okay, so here's my parabola. Sorry about my drawing again. This board that I'm using is pretty sensitive, and so it's still not that great at drawing these graphs in. Okay, so the difference here is the parent function. So if I sketch that in real quick here. With my graph, I know. It opens up, but it's narrower. So actually this 2 makes it narrower than the parent function. So it stretches it. So it stretches it out, so it makes it more narrow, or narrower than the parent function. Okay, so we talked about that. And then it also shifts, so it also shifts right 1, down 1. what the difference is from the parent function. So if I give you this, and without graphing, we want to say what the change is to the parent function. Well, I can say, okay, my vertex moves from 0, 0 to 5, 6. So that tells me right there that here, that if it's 5 as the x-coordinate, we shift right 5. And then my y-coordinate is 6. We shift up 6. So the changes would be shifting right 5, shifting up 6. Okay. You're ready to do Unit 8, Assignment 6.